You know, on the outskirts of the Edwards Plateau here at the Nueces River, over at the Nueces River, you got all this stuff. See, this is all Justicia americana. It's an aquatic plant, right? It's got different leaves too. When they're underwater, they're all, you know, flimsy and stuff, and then they're really turgid. But they're still opposite each other because they're in order Lamiales. But we're here looking at the eclipse, and it's 1:22 p.m. and the cloud cover is actually good because it makes it nice for filming. But the clouds, you know, they go away for a little bit, then you could put your glasses on and see it and stuff. But beautiful out here. Starting to get a little topography, as you can see over there. See that? See that? You get that beautiful Cretaceous limestone that Texas is so well known for, and a relatively unpolluted, untarnished river. But anyway, we're going to see this, you know, this cosmic event. The next one's not supposed to happen for 30 years or something like that. Look at the, I'm going to be fighting the urge to take some of these rocks. I'm going to take a bucket or two. Hedioma acinoides, nice Central Texas endemic. Mint family, Meliaceae. Look at those long tube flowers. Obviously pollinated by lepidopterans because they got that proboscis that unrolls like a little tape measure right at their mouth. You know, moths and butterflies. All right, a lot of moth and butterfly pollination going on in the Edwards Plateau. Acinoides. You got your Baccharis neglect everywhere. Bunch of good stuff. There's a bunch of good stuff here. Bunch of good stuff. 20 minutes, maybe 15, 20 minutes till totality. Totality. To pay at the totality. You're going to pay at the totality. Tell that to the insurance company. You know, once committed insurance fraud. All right. I said that my car got, you know, totaled, and it actually wasn't. But I knew the mechanic that they were sending a check to. Okay, now we're almost there at totality. You can see that's pretty weird. It got pretty weird outside. You see the lighting is pretty, even though it's cloud cover, still looks pretty weird. This might be what it looks like in a nuclear winter. Maybe we'll get a chance to see that in the next decade or two. Maybe a lot sooner. You know, that's, if I was up there in a spaceship looking down at all of us, I would just want to know, you know, what are they doing in there? What are they doing, you know? You know, just making the same mistakes they don't need to do. You don't got to do that. You can't snap out of that monkey brain stuff, you know. You just become aware of your own neurochemistry. Don't just innately respond to your emotional reactions, you know. And give it some patience and here, but you know, we can't even do that. You know, that monkey brain, that primate neurochemistry, that obsolete primate neurochemistry is just, it's too embedded, you know. It takes a lot of work to get rid of that and ignore that. You know, that's what the Buddhists were trying to do, but now we get these frickin' Abrahamic religions, they're all doing goofy stuff everywhere. You know, for this cosmic event, you know, it's almost, yeah, it's speaking of the celestial wisdom of the heavens. It's as if Carl Sagan is talking to me, you know, as if we're sitting there eating a sandwich together, you know, speaking on what are we doing with this grandiose, you know, race as a species. We don't even know ourselves, you know, what are we doing? We're racing to nowhere. This grandiose, you know, the grandiosity, the pompousness of it. You could see we're almost at totality. You see, that's just a little sliver, almost totality. There you go, just a little bit of sliver of the sun left right now. Almost 1:30 p.m. There you go. Just a little bit. And, you know, I have no way they're counting over there because it's not. Now we got a cloud. We got a big cloud in there. All right, real spooky, real beautiful lighting, you know. There we go. That's, you know, I think we're just about in totality now. I think we're in totality. Now you can see a little bit left. We're almost in totality. It's almost in the totality. Okay, there we go. That's pretty nice. A celestial cosmic event. Where's Carl Sagan at? Where's Carl Sagan? Yeah, where do we see? Look at that. That's nice. So this is what it's like, you know. If like a giant spaceship would ever come and block the sun out for a while. Like if, oh, there we go. That's nice. Look at that. You got the little, you could see the sun's corona up there. You could see all the stuff floating around the sun. All those. Oh, that's nice. See that? You can see a solar blast. It's a solar blast. Oh, that's nice. A solar colon blast. Look at that. Oh, God. See there, we got a star out. Where'd it go? Oh, no, the clouds just knocked that out. That's nice. I was worried the clouds were going to totally obscure everything, but we lucked out at just the right minute. What do the birds do? The birds think they're on acid right now. Wow. Oh, that's nice. Look at the light. It looks like one of those Thomas Kincaid paintings. You know, you put a little Dairy Queen, McDonald's, and a Walmart, maybe a couple, you know, instant loan places, payday loan places. You get the American landscape laid out right in front of you. See, what is he? He's finally drinking. All right. Normally, you got to flavor the water with bacon to get him to drink. But now he's just, you know, that's a true celestial event. I think the eclipse is working on his mind. Oh, where's it coming? It's coming out again any minute. There we go. See, it's about to dip out. Up. Yeah, there we go. We're still in totality. That's nice. God damn, it's nice. Oh, that's cool. It's the only time I ever get to see what's going on at the sun. See that? You can see the ring, all the different coronal mass ejections. Oh, there we go. Oh, no. Oh, there we go. It's over. That's it. Thanks again for everything. That was lovely. That was really nice. Ah, it's prettier than one of those paintings of the bank's on fire that guy does. You know, so this is more beautiful than seeing a Wells Fargo engulfed in flames. That's it. Oh, well, that's all right. That's all I got for you today. I'm going to go for this bike. Look, Eclipse longiflora. I figured, you know, the eclipse is over. We'll just do a little plant walk. Look, these look obviously going for moth pollination, elongated tube flower, shriveling up now. They were still blooming earlier this morning. See, and these guys are getting ready to open tonight. There's a lot of moth pollination stuff going on in the Edwards Plateau and Chihuahua Desert. Salvia whitehousei is a moth pollinated salvia. Menadora olive family, Meliaceae right here. That's a cool one. Oh, look at that. Look at the opposite leaves. Look at that. There you go. See those fruits? Look at the old calyces too. Ketchup and mustard. Quercus fusiformis. Look at that. What a beast. What a beautiful, iconic oak. It's got to be 300 or 400 years old. Covered in the ball moss. Relative of pineapple. See that? The Tillandsia recurvata. Ah. Used to be, I think this used to be classified as a subspecies of Virginiana. But look at those bright white undersides to those leaves. Evergreen beastly oak. Probably hosting a rich fungal community. There's somebody's thinking chair. It's nice. It's nice old road. And look at these beasts. Look at these horse cripplers. Oh, they're blooming. Look at that. Oh, they're blooming. Look, there's shit tons going off right here. Boom, boom, boom. Look, they're opening up. Look at those laciniate petals. You dick. Look at that. Oh, lacy. Lacy and fringed and shit. That's fucking nice. Look at how many. There's so many of them, too. Boom, boom, boom. What a great plant, you know. One of those there's a little guy. Really easy to grow from seed, too. You get some of them seeds really easy. And these are all basically, see that guys, that's a fruit forming right there. Got them nice inferior ovaries. Oh yeah, look at that. With the beautiful patina of limestone. This is such a Texas scene. Right? This is as Texas a scene as some 300-pound man in an oversized Hot Wheels car, you know, riding your tail just so he can go around you 100 yards and stop at a red light. This is the same thing, but this is a more beautiful, iconic Texas scene. You know what I mean? Look at that. See, old asphalt road. He don't care. He's gonna do his thing anyway. That's pretty impressive. I've never seen that before. That's nice, like a little hockey puck. This is nice. Here, see, that's what you gotta do. You know, if you're going for a jackpot, you know, workman's comp claim against your former employer, you gotta get yourself, before you have that accident, you got to get yourself in a path of totality. Oh, shit. Look at that. That's a massive Tasajillo. Could fall into a tasajillo at work and claim, look at those red bird dispersed fruits. One of the 9,000 Opuntia species. Could be Alta Lindheimeri or Angomanii, but who really gives a shit because they all hybridize anyway. But you to get yourself on a path to totality before you have that slip, trip, and fall. Such a nice little biome. You get your Salvia Farinacea here. This is basically, an old, not old, but a riverbed, and just rarely gets this high. They like to have their feet a little wet. And definitely if you put them in a garden, depending on how hot it is, they need a little bit of water. But look at those silvery calyxes. The calyx, the fused sepals, the aggregation of fused sepals. You got a fuzzy cuculate hood, that little white style poking out, and then a little landing pad petal for the bees to pollinate these things. Look, look who came out. He came out. I'm so impressed with you, Jack. Amblyolepis, and there's a Helenium there too. Both DYCs, damn yellow composites, and of course we got a quote-unquote mountain laurel, which of course another shitty common name. It has no relation to laurel whatsoever. It's in the pea family, Fabaceae, and these are the pea pods. The legume fruits maturing, which has a bright red seed in there. The mescal bean. Dermatophyllum secundiflorum used to be Sephora, but until, the whole genetic sequencing thing revealed it wasn't really that closely related to the genus Sephora, which still exists. You get Sephora tomatosa down there by Padre Island, where frat boys trying to poison themselves with alcohol, etc. Wonderful biome down there on South Padre. But Sephora is still around. This is just no longer in it. Not as closely related as initially thought. And that happens with a lot of peas because a lot of them look the same. Get pinnate leaves. It's just micro characters you got to pay attention to. Damn glandularia, Verbanaceae. Don't know what species. There's so many. I just kind of, no offense, I haven't gotten to that genus yet. My interest hasn't been picked yet. Oh, you got one of them sulfur butterflies. I got like 75 of those stuck in a grill in my truck yesterday. We saw probably easily 1.5 million going across these deserted, beautiful Texas roads. Beautiful, deserted Texas roads, They kind of got a bad name because of the whole Texas Chainsaw Massacre thing, but they're really a peaceful setting. You rarely encounter people on them. Just a beautiful, beautiful spot. Look at it. You got pecans, you got mesquite, you got Celtis, you get the hackberry. Really interesting biome. You got your Platanus occidentalis, your native sycamore. God, I love it here. It's fucking peaceful. Calm your ass right there. Am I taking too long, Jack? Come on, man. We're going to be there soon. This damn invasive Chinaberry, probably really cool. They do have a really cool flower. It's in the Mahogany Family, Meliaceae, but they are invasive as all shit. Make sure I don't step on it. See, there's some the characteristic fruits you see on these things. Let's take down one of these flowers and see what's going on. How does it know what color the Chinaberry flowers are? How does it know that? It's got the speckling, it doesn't. Has it actually evolved? Has natural selection been able to play out with these? No way. That's cool. See, the spider's almost got the same. He's got the same kind of tonality to him. I know who he's hiring as an interior designer. The same guy that's, doing a job on these Chinaberries. Anyway, you can see you got a corona right there. That's that structure. Which what is that? Is it staminodes or fused petals? We're looking at white sepals then and fused petals. I don't know. To look at, no, those are the sepals right there, those green things. Anyway, really interesting flower structure, and it is related to the plant truly known as mahogany. I'll put that little spider up there so he can get back to what he's doing. But it could be a really bad invasive, just planted because someone thought it was attractive, and indeed it is attractive. It just doesn't belong here. As you can see, this is a naturalized. This was probably not planted. This is just see, look, you got, holy shit, there's a lot of them. Love to saw those down. Look at all that ball moss up in there, all that Tillandsia recurvata. That's nice to see that. Not hurting the tree at all. Just sipping water vapor via its trichomes. Those trichomes that coat those leaf blades. Roots don't do any water absorption. They're just facultative anchors for that. Look at covering it. So you can take a little break. You put it in your bathroom. Just kidding. Put it outside. They like to be outside. People bring these inside. They need airflow. All right, you could grow Tillandsias inside sometimes, but most often than not, you're going to kill them. Put them outside. Bright shade is what they like. See, that's the native habitat of the Texas pecan. You see people trying to plant these in the uplands. Same as planting a lawn. They require so much water. Look at this Mirandia. This snapdragon vine. That's a nice one. Like a little mouth. Look, at just ready to barf out some, profanity-laden expletives at you. That's so sweet. This is cool to see. We got a patch of irises, either naturalized, either way, it's cool. And give me a nice opportunity to show you what's going on with iris flower morphology. At least in the, I think there's like 5 or 6 subfamilies in a family Iridaceae, and this is Iridoideae is the subfamily here. And I got this structure called a Maranthium, which is you got these petaloid styles. So you got 3 stamens, 3 styles. The stamen is obviously right there. You can see it. It's got brown pollen on it. And then the style is this structure up here. It's a petaloid style. Looks like a petal. The bee goes in there, and then as he's crawling in there, he's got pollen on his back, hopefully from another flower, and it gets dusted off right at the top of this petal right here, that lip, or the petaloid style, excuse me. Then he goes in, picks up more pollen from in there. They see that brown pollen in there from that anther, that little rod on the back, then flies off to another flower. And of course, they could die back to a bulb in the ground, come right back in the, die back for the dry season. If this creek dries up, go dormant, just sit tight, hang tight for the water to come back. I know iris pseudoacorus has been naturalized, or supposedly is recorded from this county, but I don't know if that's what this is. I don't know my irises. I haven't dabbled. So you can see the lantana's going for butterfly pollination too. Co-evolved with Lepidoptera pollinating it. See that long? You got a long tube. See that? How's a bee? A bee's not going to get in there. Only a butterfly or a moth. Look, you got butterflies everywhere. See, butterflies are the dominant pollinator. You can get a hummer or a bumblebee, and it's Salvia Farinacea. But butterflies do a lot of pollination, And the moths, too. We hung up a moth light last night. Yeah, I never thought I'd be one to go mothing, but here we are. They're fucking cool. Moths are cool. Coevolutionary arms race with bats. Some of them evolved sonar jamming capabilities. Huge pollinators. Their caterpillars support a shit ton of birds and other stuff. Real nice stuff, There's a whole lot of real nice stuff, Antidote to all the shit that makes me want to puke that I see, every day I walk outside in human society. This is nice too. You got Mimosa here, all right? So you gotta get all them, them drug bros, all those Instagram psychedelic drug bros to start. That's their gateway drug into legumes. Just tell them it's got psychoactive compounds in the roots. Doesn't need to be true, all right? You could lie about it. Next thing you know, they're studying phylogenetics at the pea family, learning 5 different subfamilies, getting in trouble at the new legume phylogeny group at their annual birthday bash, getting in trouble, getting the cops called on, just having too much fun. Anyway, what you got here, this is Mimosa. I think it's Texane. I don't know, whatever. It's another, I have really, not been up to date on my botany above the Rio Grande Valley. But anyway, you can see the same thing. You got those long filaments, yellow anthers, and a good dozen or so at least, maybe only 10, probably a lot more, poking out of many flowers aggregated together in this little sphere. Much tinier leaflets than like a Senegalia romeriana, which is all that you could see. Those spines are in between the nodes, so it's not Vechelia. It's either Senegalia or Mimosa, and so it's much tinier leaflets than any of the Senegalia, but wonderful species. Smells good as hell too, and get them nitrogen fixing bacteria in the roots. And look at it, still one of the best ground covers, all right, for Texas natives. Filaments flora in its native habitat, as opposed to all being, one of the 9 million clones of the same plant that, you got at Mike Heap's nursery. No offense to Mike Heap, I love the guy, but you need some genetic diversity. But look at this stuff. See, this soil's bone dry. This stuff is still doing, well, it's probably a wet 6 inches down, but excellent ground cover. Kill your lawn and plant this. Plant at least the frog fruit, the Filaments flora, Verbenaceae, all right? Got them flowers. Your lawn's not going to provide a benefit to pollinators. This will, and the roots of this spread easy, and you can, as they form these massive, the ones in my yard went fucking nuts. They were like, you know, covering 30 square feet areas now. It's wild, and they get big too. They can't, but you can mow them down. But they'll reroot themselves into the ground. You can dig those up, give them to your friends, whatever. Go plant them illegally, whatever you want. Look, here we got a Circeum. It's probably a big hit among the beetles and the hummers. Oh, you got a couple beetles in there. I love how they just pass out in there. My favorite are the Euphoria flower scarabs. I don't know what the shit this is, but you always see the Euphoria flower scarabs inside the prickly pear flowers. Look at that guy. Everybody's getting in on that. Look, the guy's just covered in pollen. He's passed out. Spiny as hell. That's a nice thing to see right there. You know, I don't care if it's invasive or not. This is actually kind of nice. I'd much rather see a native one, but obviously, you know, anytime you see a beetle passed out on a flower like a drunk passed out in a urinal, that's a nice sign. The shit you do? You posing for a calendar or something, Louis? Let's go. Look, that smells incredible. Speaking of chalky plants, chalky-leaved plants covered in tiny hairs. Because remember, the continent's slowly drying out as you move further west. We're about at the point, the dividing line north and south between the Mesic East and the arid west. Anyway, that's all I got. Have a good rest of your day. Go fuck yourself. Bye. Look at that. Look at this. This is a cool passion flower. Passiflora tenuoloba. Look at that. Hard to believe it's a passion flower, huh?